So today we'll continue with our alchemy practice, and there's many different approaches, many different styles that can be called alchemy meditation in China. This is more from the northern tradition of what I teach. They have northern, southern, eastern, and western traditions. And the way my teacher taught, more important than really the technique of alchemy or this meditation, is what we call preparation work. Okay, and so sometimes Qigong is a modern term that's used, and that can also be a type of preparation work. Sometimes more of the preparation work can also be what's called Dao Yin, and that can be even physical conditioning exercises, tendon stretching, opening the joints, transforming muscles. All of these things is actually changing and preparing the body to do the alchemical meditation. One of the most important beginning steps will be what's called opening the Meridian system. Okay, and this we talk about disease. There's many kinds of diseases. A disease is in a very simplistic view able to live in the body or have its effect through symptoms we're experiencing, because different meridian systems become closed, or even so meridians can become like collapsed, even they get like a knot, or there's a kind of an obstruction. There's many ways, but we can just say a meridian is open and has a clear channel, or there's some closed. This is a condition. This is a condition. And so my teacher, he really taught me in great detail. And he said, any disease has to have a condition to exist. And he said, that is the medicine or the healing that I'm teaching you. It's about changing the condition. We change the condition of our physical body. We change the condition of the meridian system. Then this creates an environment. The disease cannot live in that environment. Okay, and so this is, for example, he used the example of a rice field, that if like a weed, weeds are growing in the rice field, the weeds are like the disease. And so he said maybe a Western medicine approach is to put the poison into the water. Then the poison kills the weed, but maybe also makes the environment not good. Or Western medicine try to actually pull the weed up like this. Okay, something that's we need Western medicine, and it's very important. I'm not trying to say Western medicine is bad, but he was trying to give the example of the difference. Then in what we do, this is like he said, we plant so many of the stalks of rice. There's not any space available for this weed. It has no space. So then the weed cannot take root. The disease cannot grow. So this is this idea. Okay. Then he also very quickly said, you can combine Western medicine with this practice. It's not either or. And so, for example, he said he treated many people with cancer, and some people don't take any cancer medicine. They just do the practice. And other people take the medicine and do the practice together. And so again, this can many ways to regain the balance within the body. Okay, so then this is a foundational idea. We open meridian like that. Okay, and so in this class, really, the meditation itself can maybe seem simple, but that's something that the effect would come the compounding of time. Okay, so this is a very specific formula, and even has times of day or directions that you face to do the practice. And then this is also the nature causes some effect, because we're doing this every day. Then these conditions are the changes of the moon, the rising and setting of the sun. This causes also a compounding effect, and there's transformations that we go through. So in today's session, what we're going to do is we have 5 elemental meridian stretches. Okay, so these are for the 5 principal yin organs. So we begin water element. Okay, so water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. We go in this creative cycle, and these are really wonderful for the tendon meridian network. So a meridian is yang, the tendon and tissue is a yin. Okay, this is yin. And so by affecting the physical tissues, this has a corresponding effect to the meridian system. And so we'll begin with that today. I've also been teaching some basics of Dantian breathing. Okay, and so Dantian work can have different levels. Some are more energetic. This is a very basic physical breath work and we'll begin that today as our warm up. And this is really important. This helps to bring the mind into the Dantian. We also bring into working with our perineal muscle. So contracting or lifting, time that with our breath, and then releasing and opening the perineal muscle. Okay, and so the perineal area is like a gate and also an energy center. This is kind of the most important area to start working with. This is usually where we'll start feeling energy first internally. Externally, maybe we start to feel energy in the palms or this type of thing. But when we really have an internal development, this is a perineal area. And so then like we have a microcosmic yin and yang orbit of energy in the body. All of this, the first initial development or even the movement is in the perineal area. And so that's an energy center. It's non-physical, but we in the beginning do physical work there. Okay. And then also for all of us, before puberty, this area, it's like it's sealed. And then after puberty, this area becomes more open. And then in the old age, it's even more open. And so this is energy loss can really take place. And so this sometimes they call sealing the earth gate or closing the earth gate. So because this is a sexual organ area, the ancient Taoists are maybe shy or they don't talk about this as a sexual energy or sexual organ. So they use a metaphorical terms like earth gate. It's very neutral like this. But this is pumping. We start to do this pumping with the breath work, and then this can strengthen this muscular cord. It also later we use these muscles sometimes to help energy rise up, or we expand these muscles for energy to come down. Okay, and so then this is again a basic skill. And basic can be unattractive, but that's actually when the health changes happen, or we feel more vital, more young. So a lot of time that's the juice, that's the good stuff, because that's we can heal disease, we create balance in the body, and this kind of thing. Okay, and so we'll begin today. We'll do the Dantian breath work. We'll do some, maybe not all of the 5 elements. We'll see how we feel. And then we'll do a little bit of seated Dao Yin. This will be more for spinal cord, also meridians within the hands. And then we'll do a little bit of the meditation. In the way I was taught, my system, we have a 54 hand postures we hold in meditation. But in one session, maybe we hold 2 or 3 like this. And so the hand postures also will start to open meridians and cause energy to flow through the meridians. But the hand postures also start to change the density of the chi energy. So chi energy, as it starts to build, can have different biases or quality of density. It can be very like dense and thick, or it can be kind of diffuse, almost like a weak. Okay, and to gain healing and also rejuvenate the physical body, my teacher was very adamant that energy has to be what's called golden mean. He calls golden mean energy. This means supreme balance, or the balance that exists in the nature. This is called a golden mean. Okay, and a lot of times, like maybe we do martial arts or some really active dynamic yoga, this is going to be more, the chi energy starts to really move quickly. And this is something even can cause heat, okay? And that's a bias. Or maybe someone does a Zen meditation all the time, then the chi energy maybe becomes kind of this slow and almost not moved. Both of those, maybe we haven't experienced, but it's not any benefit to heal something if we have an imbalance in the body. Doesn't work for healing, doesn't transform or rejuvenate, makes the body more young, and also doesn't open meridian. So the type of chi, if it's this golden mean chi, it's really quickly like a dissolve blockage, very quickly move right through a blockage, open a meridian up. Okay. And so that's why also sometimes, depending on people's practice method, they don't have these experiences. The meridians don't open, or the disease doesn't go away, or their pain doesn't go away because of the quality of the energy. Okay. And so that's all theory. But just to tell you that there's really a reason why we do things, and there's some method behind it. Okay, let's have some fun. Let's get to practice. Good. We'll begin the Dantian breathing on the back. And you can do in a chair also if you don't have space to. I'm going to demonstrate. And in this technique, we want to use a pillow. Okay. And so we can understand, we can also engage what's called a lock, energy lock. So we can have a perineal and a sacral lock. We can have a lock in the neck here. Okay. And so to naturally engage these locks, because I want to concentrate here. And so if I'm breathing in this position, for example, I can still do Dantian breathing, but the energy is also going to flow down into my feet. Okay. And same thing, if I don't have a pillow, energies maybe flow up into my head. When I use this pillow like this creates a very natural neck lock. And I just draw my legs up here like this. It creates a sacral perineal lock. I can really feel here more and concentrate. The first thing we want to be aware of is really touch your floating ribs. You feel your floating ribs here. And this, a lot of people will kind of stick out, okay? And then that causes the abdomen to kind of collapse, okay? Now, when we do that, then energy kind of gets dispersed. And so what we're doing, we're trying to really condense the energy, have energy descend to the Dantian. When you slightly engage your intercostal muscles, this is going to push the ribs down like this, and you'll feel a little buoyancy in your abdomen. You have to relax your muscles. So if you do like ab work or different exercises, I do a lot of that stuff, then this can be really tight. So here we want to try to really relax and let the belly become natural again. Then we'll place the hands in a comfortable way. You can use many different positions. Just try to bring your hands down here and close your eyes. We'll start to just let the mind come down to this area. And where the mind goes, the breath can follow. So our mind goes down into this Dantian area, which is below our navel. You can think this is like a sphere that's larger than the fist. As you inhale, let your abdomen expand and open, if you can. Also, this expansion extends into your perineal floor. So the perineal muscle also expands out. Then as you exhale, you slightly contract to the center point of the Dantian. And don't lock the perineal muscle, but we want it to pump. It's a pumping or wave-like action. So this draws up, okay, and contracts. So everything is going back to the center point of the Dantian. And then again, inhale, open. Expand the perineal floor. And exhale, contract. lifting up. Inhale, open. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open, expand. And exhale, contract. Now, the quality of our heart intention is very important. So we have a loving and healing intention. Self-acceptance, self-love, these types of qualities. We're not using aggression or competitive nature. We're not trying to race, not trying to even get anything. We're just simply doing. Very, very pure doing without any idea to gain something. This is related to the concept Wu Wei. But we are concentrating with our mind and heart, and we want to have a very nurturing, caring, kind, loving quality, because we're focusing to our core center of our body. And this is also an energy center. And so we have a very nice, peaceful, almost like a smiling, loving quality as we practice. Inhale, open. And exhale, contract. 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 Now we're going to do a little bit of movement, and we'll hold the breath a little bit. And when we hold the breath, this time we're going to move our perineal muscle in an opposite way, okay? So in this time now, we're going to relax or open the perineal muscle on the exhale, and we'll contract and lift it up on the inhale, okay? And the reason we're doing this is going to cause a deeper density to form in our dantian, also a little more contraction. I want you to place your thumbs in the center of your palm and just make a fist closing your thumbs, okay, like this. The reason we do this here is this will close the ends of the meridians in the hand, so no energy is going to flow out into our auric field, okay? So the energies, this creates a little more pressure, and it's going to cause some little more meridian opening, okay? And so we'll extend out, stretch out, okay? This will be our exhale. Then we're going to inhale, okay? Press up and contract. And when you reach full inhalation, hold the breath and concentrate your dantian. Then exhale, stretching up. Inhale, coming up, contract. Exhale, stretching up. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, contract. Inhale, coming up. Inhale, coming up.
Are you contracting on the inhale?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute you though, or you mute yourself. And that way the video will be me for the other people who watch this. But a good question. So there's two breathing patterns, okay, and a few different techniques. And so here, one breathing pattern, we inhale, just in this position, we inhale, we expand the abdomen, we expand the perineal muscle. Then we exhale, we contract the abdomen, we lift up the perineal muscle. So contracting is kind of, can think of like non-movement. This we want to really experience movement. Okay, we're working with energy. And so when the perineal muscle, it's like it lifts up to reach towards the dantian, like this. But in the beginning, depending on your sensitivity, you might have to you might not have good ability to move that. So it's more of a rigid contraction. Later, it becomes very fluid, very moving. Now, in the second technique here, when I exhale and stretch out here, this is a opening. And so later, sometimes in this second exercise, you'll more maybe experience what's sometimes called a reverse breathing. So sometimes in Taoist practice, we call the natural breathing and the reversed breathing, like that. Okay. So sometimes in the reverse breathing, this is more, there will be a contraction and more of an expansion in the lower back when we inhale. And then a feeling of opening or expanding in the abdomen and the perineal region when we exhale, like that. Okay, but let's try to be natural and don't limit our natural body's ability with too much thought. But this will be our exhale, and we open the perineal muscle. This can be our inhale, and we contract. And then when you reach full inhalation, hold your breath and little contract all of this and concentrate your dantian. Later also you'll feel like the mingmen area, the kidneys, these things are a little expanding now. Then exhale, opening and relaxing. Inhale, contracting. Exhale, relax. Inhale, contracting. Exhale, opening. Inhale, contracting. Exhale, opening. Inhale, contracting. Exhale, opening. Inhale, contracting. Exhale, opening. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, coming down. Okay, good. Let's come back to natural breathing. Just take a few centering breaths. Okay, good. Just gently get up as you can. And so we'll begin with our meridian stretching. Okay. So you want your feet a little bit of space, about one hand's distance. Okay. And we'll begin, interlace your fingers, let your thumbs touch. Let's just take a moment to adjust. We went from lying to sitting. Center yourself. Take a few breaths, relax your shoulders. Let your spine extend up, crown suspended as if by a string that's holding the head up. Let your teeth lightly touch, tongue pressing against the hard palate of the mouth. Breathing in and out through the nose. Now let's raise your hands, extend your spine up. Big breath, inhale. And exhale, relax your spine down. Inhale up. And relaxing down. Inhale up. Relaxing down. Inhale up. Relaxing down, release the hands. And let's press to the top of the foot. If you can't reach your foot, that's fine. Making a circular motion. So inhale, expand, open your chest. Exhale, coming down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Really loosening. Let your eyes, little gaze towards your feet. Generally, we can also start to understand we have a dividing line in our waist, and we have energies of the upper body and energies of the lower body. And for most people, these are very separated, the upper body energies and lower body. So this sometimes these are simple exercises. We gaze at the feet, and even here we're stretching, but we're touching the feet. This starts to harmonize and allow there to be movement and communication between the lower body's energies and the upper body's energies. And again, that brings us back into this state of balance and harmony. And we experience more energy, more health, these types of things. Breathing in, breathing out. Be sure the breath is not too strong. We want to have a subtle breath. We don't make a lot of huffing and puffing sounds. Sometimes this is called a silk thread breathing. Very fine, very focused breath. Now we grab the feet, okay, and we'll circle. If you can, you lift your heels off of the ground. Really start to affect the tendons. We bend the knees here. This creates a slight curve, especially for the opening yin meridians and the legs like this. Extend your spine up slightly when you come up. You can a little naturally bow the spine, bend the knees when you come down. And so I'm drawing the feet back here. So you really have the tendons open like that. Let's go opposite direction. This is really good to do in your bed if you sometimes people are a little drowsy when they wake up or they're not able to feel alert. This water element is a great way to just do right in your bed. If you do it in a little slower way, you can do it before sleep, but it's easy to overstimulate sometimes, so you have to be careful at night how you practice. Okay, and then let's draw the legs back. Let's press into your kidney one, Yongchuan point, okay? And press in and massage this point, okay? This is the beginning of the kidney meridian. This is also our earth gate, one of the 5 energy gates in the body. Okay, and so this is a different earth gate from the perineal muscle, but this is where we ground to the earth. Okay, so the heavens gate in the top of the head is where we ground to the sky. Okay, so actually later the perineal center and this point, these are interconnected, and so you'll feel a relationship later when you have more energy sensitivity. It's a very good point for longevity and really good point for anxiety or hypertension. Okay, so we can really feel calm if we're experiencing some worry or hypertension. You close your eyes and take some deep breaths and really massage this point. It really can help you calm down. If you have trouble sleeping, sometimes this is a good exercise you can do before sleep in your bed. Let's reverse the circle. Now let's press in and release out. Okay, good. Now let's transition to wood element. So open up as much as you can comfortably. Okay. And we can also begin here with raising the hands to support the sky. And so again, stretch your spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Breathing in and breathing out. And relaxing down. Now we're going to stretch. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Circle the hand up and out. And we switch sides. 1, 2, 3, down, and up. 1, 2, 3, down, and up. 1, 2, 3, down. Breathing in, inhale. Breathing out, exhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, down, up, and 1, 2, 3, down. Inhale, open. And okay, good. Now we'll transition to fire element. Just draw your left foot in. Okay. Now here you can do in 2 ways. I'm going to do it in a little relaxed way. If you want to do more hip opening and a little more stretching of the meridian on this side of the leg, and this also prepares for full lotus and meditation, you can put the foot up on your hip crease like this. When you do this, you're going to have to a little engage your muscles here to press the leg down. Otherwise, maybe this pops up like this. Okay. Here, I'm putting the foot against the inner thigh, okay, like that. You want about hands width distance between your heel and the knee, as if there's a line here. Okay, so it's a little more than hand. And you're going to slightly draw the toe back. This activates the kidney 1 meridian and also really opens up the meridians in the leg. The meridians of heart and small intestine, this is emphasized in the small finger here, and also this area here, okay? The kinesiology of the physical movement of fire element is like opening and closing, okay? And so this is like perhaps they observe this in the energy of a wood burning. Sometimes it pops. And so then when that fire, it goes out in all directions. But before that expands, actually, the wood really contracts, okay, and closes, okay? So physically, we're going to do an opening movement here and emphasize the small finger. Okay. And then we'll do a closing movement like that. Okay. And so again, let's begin. Raise the hands to support the sky. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. And release. Gather the hands together. Let the palms face each other. Take a few moments to connect to your Dantian. And breathe to the Dantian. We can engage the natural breath. So expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. You can expand your perineal muscle as you inhale. You can contract as you exhale. Now inhale, breathing in. Exhale, push out. And so push to your back and front equally. And if you can, you bend over to stretch the hip and the legs and the spine and back. Circling, inhale, inhale, and exhale. This is a movement like a coiling dragon, like a dragon quality movement. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Come back to the center. Hands facing one over the other. Breathing into the Dantian. Now inhale. Exhale, slowly and mindfully lower the hands. Try to touch the thumb and the small finger together. And feel as if you're holding a small ball between the two palms. And just gently gather and settle your energies. Okay. Now let's take your outstretched leg, and if you can, we're gonna draw over, okay, the knee. Place your palms to to the ball of the foot. Okay, so this is a fire element. This is a water element. When we place the palms like this helps to have a communication between the fire and water elements and creates a lot of balance in the body. And also just take a gentle and natural breath to your Dantian. And release. Open your legs. Massage down to clear the yin meridians in the leg. Just rubbing down the inside of your leg, bottoms of your feet. Now let's switch sides. Okay. And so again, if you want to have a more dynamic opening and also opening up the hips, you can place the leg like this. Okay. I'm doing in a little more natural, relaxed way. Be sure the heel and the knee slightly align, as if there's a line from the knee comes down. This is one hand's width distance between the heel and the knee. And again, let's begin raising the hands to support the sky. Extending, opening your spine. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And release. Gather the hands. We call this posture embracing yin and yang. Feel the alignment of the palms with each other. Just centering to your Dantian, breathing, nurturing your energy, creating energy, awakening energy. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, expanding. Exhale, contracting, lifting your perineal muscle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's press and stretch. Breathing in, coiling. Breathing out, stretching. Emphasize your little fingers to stretch that area, but stretch the whole palm. Open up your whole palm, extend the fingers, and relax your palms. Opening, stretching into the palm, and relax the palm. Stretching, opening, coming in, relaxing. And stretching, come back, gathering, embracing yin and yang. Breathing, nurture your energies. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower your hand, touch your thumb and the small fingers together. Nurture, gather your energies. Now let's take your front foot and we'll draw over. Okay. Take your palms, place to the ball of the foot. And they concentrate to nurture, gather your energy to the Dantian. Gather your mind, your focus, and to return to the center. And let's release. Now let's begin to draw the legs into cross-legged position if you can. You can also sit in a chair. Everything is okay. This is a natural cross-legged position. A little align the heels in your center line below the navel. Okay. Let's try to have a very natural position. And let's take our embracing yin-yang posture. And we'll do little seated Daoyin movement, swimming dragon form. A little bit of this swimming dragon really helps opening up the spine, harmonizing yin and yang energies in the body. Also stimulates to bring our metabolism back to a very healthy, youthful condition. Also for the 7 main hormonal centers, brings balance to these. And also will tonify and strengthen, massage the kidneys, open up the Mingmen area. A lot of benefit from this exercise. And let's begin. First, we'll Do Dantian breathing, the natural Dantian breathing. Inhale, expand out. And exhale, contracting. It'll stimulate and gather your energies. Now let's slowly exhale, lower your hands down. Touch your thumb and small finger together, settling, rotating, palms up, interlace your fingers, press the palms down, touch the thumb and small finger together, and expand, open your palms, and let's begin circling out over your knee. Okay, so this is like we're drawing a figure 8 pattern. Breathing naturally, really feel the movement from your waist. Feel the effect to your lower back, kidney organs. Really feel the movement, the opening, and the flow. And tracing a big figure 8 pattern. Now palm faces out, circling. Okay, so again, following the figure 8 pattern. One, two, and three. We move. One, two, three. Press all the way up. Really move from your waist. Move your intercostal muscles, extending your spine. We feel the effect massages your lower back and kidneys. Breathing deeply and naturally. Don't hold your breath. Figure 8, pressing up to the sky. Coming down. 1, 2. Coming down. Circling. Level of solar plexus. Level of your abdomen. And palms face to the earth. Big circles. Moving from your waist. Now coming up. And pressing all the way up. And coming down. A big circle. Now coming up. And coming down. And calming to gently separate the hands. And we'll push down, and opposite side will rise up, circling. Extend and open your palm, much like a cat stretching. When you push down, relax your palm when you come up. Feel the massaging to the kidney organ. Loosen up your body, breathing deeply. Now press down, extend up, relax, inhale, press down, extend up, inhale, press down, extend up, inhale, exhale, let your hands float down, palms facing up on the knee. Relax your body. Let everything become still and quiet. Very naturally focusing within to your Dantian Center. And don't try to breathe too strongly. Let everything become quiet. Focusing internally with a very nurturing intention for yourself. Release any tension. Sitting in the present moment. All things are very perfect in this moment. Having gratitude for our life, for all of our blessings. In gratitude, we are experiencing health in this time. Allow the mind to really concentrate internally, focusing to your lower Dantian Center. Now let's gently and slowly lift your hands up, palms facing up at the level of your heart center and chest. Now let's raise the hands up, palms facing up, fingers pointing towards each other's. Extend all the way, but do not lock the elbow or hyperextend the elbow. Elbow joint stays open. Lifting all the way up. Spine is expanded, crown of the head suspended from above. Continue, the mind gently concentrates to your lower Dantian Center. And slowly come down. Let the palms face each other, the level of the heart center, middle Dantian. Nurture your energies. Relax your body. Be aware of the shape, but still continue the mind focusing to your lower Dantian. Extend the hands out, palms up. Stretching your tendon, but relaxing the muscle. And draw the hands back in. Palms face each other. And slowly lower the hands. And thumbs touch each other. Relax your whole body. Really center to your Dantian. Slowly let go of your thoughts and ideas. Focusing inward. rub your hands together. And gently massage your face. Now pressing from the center of the eyebrow, pressing out to the side of your temple, smoothing out this area. Now let's begin from the top to the bottom, wiping from the forehead to your cheek. Really smooth out this area. And let's take the ears. They rub your ears. And let's tapping the head. And tapping back and around. Rubbing the back of your neck, smooth out this area. And spiral your body, settling down. And today we have a class, so we don't have unlimited time for everyone's schedule. But the basic theory, in these hand postures, you would hold for longer and longer and longer periods of time. And then at the end, you would sit in the silence for a longer period of time. And basically, as my teacher said, we want to reach the point where when we hold the hand postures, we feel a lot of movement of the chi. Not with imagination, just this happens by itself. You can feel like a warmth moves through the meridians and also turns into a vibration. And especially in postures like this, where you'd feel a lot of vibration in the palm. And so when we understand about that, the vibration can have density. Okay, and so what happens is it becomes really thick feeling. And when that starts to happen, the chi is moving and vibrating. Then when we want to sit in stillness. So then the physical body is very relaxed and still, but the chi energy really has a good movement. Okay, like that. If the chi energy is not moving, or we don't feel such vibration, then we have to do more of these stretches, and even we hold more hand postures. This is a basic theory. Okay. Let's take our hands to your chest. Let's really massage. This is a center point, Tanzong point, middle Dantian heart center. Really turning clockwise, nurturing this area, having self-love, self-kindness, self-acceptance, gratitude. Take some deep breaths. Let's come back to the heart center, focusing to this area. And let's go opposite direction. Nurturing. And let's come down to your solar plexus again. Go clockwise. Really small circles. Loosen up this muscle. Open up this area. And opposite direction. And massage abdomen. Make big circles in the beginning. Nurture this area. A smaller and smaller circle. Opposite direction. Okay, smaller and smaller circle. Now let's place the palms together and we're going to rotate back and forth, warming up your palms. Moving from your waist, so there's massaging of your kidney and lower back. Really press your palms together. And we're rotating, so alternating sides. Warming up your palms. Loosen your kidneys, lower back, massage. Big breath. Bring the warmth back into your lower back. Nurture. Absorb this warmth into your kidney organs. And let's massage. Very vigorously up and down. Warm up your lower back. Really warm up your kidneys. Warm up your lower back. And let's pause and just inhale. Draw this warmth into your kidneys, lower back. Really nurture this organ. And release. Just open the legs. And just massage down to your feet. Straighten your legs. Massage around your knees. Warming up the and let's tap. This is our stomach 36 point, Zu Sanli. This is a below the knee. Okay, so if you don't know where the point is, you can just tap below your knee. Really bringing circulation back into the legs. Sometimes the legs can become very numb in the beginning because your leg meridian's not open yet. When the leg meridian opens, your legs feel very comfortable when you sit. You can sit really long time. Let's tap the toes together. And finally, it's really massaging. Warm up your legs. Some good circulation into the legs. Gently take your hands, put on the outside of the hip. Go bring your knees up. Let's come up and just circle the leg. And make sure you have good circulation back into the legs. Pushing into the ball of your foot as you extend out. Loosen your joints. And other side. Okay, good. Let's take a deep breath, breathing in. And exhale, settling down. Inhale, one more time, breathing in. Exhale, settling down. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, settling down. Okay, good. Okay, excellent.
Jesse,
Ellie,
this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
thank you.
Thank you so much. I just jumped in because I have to go.
No problem.
But I just also wanted to say thank you so much. It was beautiful, beautiful.
You're welcome. Yeah, we should practice more together sometimes.
Okay, I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have any question about anything we did before we finished?
I think we went to the elements were I think we started with, that was my question. We started with water, and then we went to earth,
wood.
right?
No, water, wood.
Right, water, wood, and then fire.
Fire.
Then we did earth, and I don't think
we didn't do earth or metal.
We didn't do earth. Oh,
yeah, we just
interesting.
did three.
This was the wood. Okay, got it now.
Yeah, so that was wood. And then we went to, this is swimming dragon.
Which is kind of wood, right?
Well, the truth of elements will be you're using usually all elements work together. Like that. Yeah, it's not, but in this, because it's stretching, we're really, you can really, if you do the movements in the right alignment, you'll really feel the physical opening along where the meridians are. Like that. So that's why we call this like elemental meridian stretching. Like that. I was never taught like swimming dragon as an elemental exercise.
Okay.
But I like to think about those things. It's fun to dissect.
Yeah. Right.
And
right.
Like I teach a lot about elemental kinesiology, and just to look at, because all of these Qigong or martial arts from China, it's all used all this physical movement. And we can understand a metal would be up and down physically, like Tai Chi, Tai Chi, this is or even this, this has this metal element, like this up and down. And then the fire element is like opening and closing. The wood is a contraction, expansion, like a tree. Yeah. And so that's sometimes difficult to feel physically. It's a much more internal, the wood element. The water element is spiraling. Like that. Yeah. Then earth element is usually like a horizontal movement, but horizontal movement that coils to a center point.
Beautiful.
Well, yeah, but that's a physical. Yeah, we can talk more. I think
I have to jump off, but yeah, no thank you. That's very
wonderful. Thank you for jumping on. It was good energy to see you.
Of course, you too. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we can connect next. I love you, Ellie. Take care.
Love you too.
Bye. Okay, see you. Okay, you had some question, Linda?
Oh, I was just I'm always really slow at getting, because I quite like in my classes, I'm doing some of these flows, element flows, and I still am confused about and where the meridians are. Like, for example, we do the wood, with the legs apart. And I thought I was confused about that being earth as well at some point, because we bend over and we get into the liver. So
well, liver is a wood.
Yeah, that's wood. Right, it's wood. Yeah. Wood. So just, is there a basic, like, can you just go over again the basic organs grouping and where the main meridians are for those organs?
So meridians really, this has to almost become experiential, because the meridian pictures we have are from like acupuncture and shiatsu massage. And those are not actually the meridian flows, those pictures we all have. Okay. Those are like the external points. So the points are outside on the surface of our skin. So a lot of those pictures, they're just like taking these points and drawing a line connecting the points. Right. So the meridians are really inside of the body, and they also have branches. Yeah. Okay. So then that intellectually, and I think sometime I want to really think about this a lot more and make some new meridian charts for practice, because most of meridian science or the pictures all is coming from acupuncture and massage, and that's looking from the outside, right? And this is something on the inside. A more better representation will be what's called the muscle tendon meridian pathways from the Chinese Taoist tradition. And those are really, I think, for them it's fascia pathways, but also includes some tendon, ligament, and so you'll see these pictures, and they're very old, so it's kind of not really anatomically what we're used to in modern times, but they have these it's tissue pathways. Okay, and so that's here we more want to think these physical tissue pathways in these stretches. So then, for example, water element is in our spine. Okay, but the tissues, so like the tissues on the outside of, and the tissues surrounding the spine and the sacral bone, this area, and then this part of our leg, but even internal, so it goes up into our sexual organs, into our psoas, our core, and even into the bottom of the foot. This whole area here on the inside, and then the backside here, this whole backside of the leg, and again goes up even into the head here. Okay. And so that's a whole lot of area.
Yeah.
And so that's like a water element. Then the wood element, and this is the side of the leg here, side part, and again goes up. Okay, and then here liver also goes up.
So that's also
we're talking
the wood.
Front of the body, inside of the leg again.
Yeah.
But then also the outside.
Also the outside. Up. Okay.
Yeah. So really, you have to, I think they call muscle tendon pathways, or muscle tendon meridians. Usually, if you Google, a whole lot of images come up.
Okay.
And you might have to sort through, like and a lot of times the images, if they're good, they'll be pairs, so they'll have liver and gallbladder. But they're physical. They're drawings of physical tissues.
So not the. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say.
Not the meridians.
No. So liver and gallbladder correspond to the wood element.
Right. So like water is a kidney and urinary bladder.
That's right. Yeah.
Kidney and the urinary bladder organ. Then the wood is a liver and gallbladder. Yeah. Then the fire is the heart. And the small intestine, but fire also includes the pericardium and triple warmer. Because for fire element, they talk about there's a small fire and big fire. There's two qualities.
And the fire is those down here.
So then that's like, we can think of these areas here. Here, but then this also is middle finger, your middle finger.
Middle finger.
Here,
From middle.
Yeah. Usually when we work like a fire or water, we try to balance both of those together. Yeah. That's my teacher said, that's if we really simplify, this Qigong, Taoist yoga, Taoist alchemy practice. This is even Neigong, people use this term now. And these practices really get very simplistic. It's trying to balance fire and water. This is one of the key core things we're trying to do, because that's for most people now. And I think that's some similar concept of yin yoga, but they don't quite have the complete picture. But they're correct in their simplicity, because most people are excess fire and the water's deficient. So water's very yin. This is a yin. Yes. So and the fire is overactive or overly physical, right? Mm. And that's most people are over busy, not sleeping enough, too active, or even they're trying to do yoga or tai chi, qigong, but they're doing it, you know, super actively. It's too young. So then actually they're burning up the kidney water gets burned up because too much fire.
Makes sense.
And then so then that's a deficiency of yin. The yin is not enough. They don't have enough yin. And so that's but in Taoist, in Chinese medicine, these maybe look a lot more detailed.
Yeah.
But then very, very simple. The problem is balancing fire and water. So you look at it, a lot of the very basic instructions at the beginning is, okay, put your mind to the Dantian Center. This is a fire and water. So Dantian, this area is like a water. This is fire, and these are moving in a separate directions. Water flows down or just gets burned out. Then fire flares up and extends out. This we put the fire below the water. You put fire below the water. Yeah. And this makes some harmonization of the fire and water elements. And
how do we put fire below the water?
This we concentrate mind to Dantian.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a metaphorical image of saying fire and water or all of this, but that's the tradition. They use metaphor and alchemical imagery and all this stuff. It's kind of tradition, but that's another even I think use a more modern term is just mind-body separation, and that's a very contemporary language. Is our mind and body are separated. We don't have to use this idea of fire and water element, mind-body separation. And then we have physical and emotional, mental disharmony. We have all kinds of problems arise because mind-body separation. So then that's another way to think about this is just we take mind is outside of the body.
Yeah.
You know, we're thinking about Facebook or thinking about 1 month from now, all this stuff. We bring the mind into the Dantian, this makes a mind-body harmony like that. And then that's because of that simple thing. And then even if we go more esoteric, you know, how did that theory arise of Dantian and mind in Dantian? This is like the condition before our birth. This is the condition when we're in the womb. Our mind, there wasn't a separation of mind and Dantian. This was one thing. We didn't have concept. We didn't have mind or thought at that time when we were in the womb. We didn't have a name. We didn't have an identity. We didn't even have the thought, I'm a person, I'm a boy, I'm a girl. None of that. This was some really unified state. And it was, you know, that's kind of crazy. We think like a child in the womb has cancer or COVID or whatever. Impossible. That doesn't, there's no disease. It's a very perfect state. So the Taoists somehow understood about those things. And so then really at the deep level, you know, if we could just meditate and the mind and Dantian combine, this is the perfection. Another student just said, I feel something like drunk after practice.
Yeah, that's how I feel, a bit spacey and relaxed. Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of we're so not used to feeling like that. We sometimes think something's wrong, or is this okay, or is this right? Because we're used to being more fiery, more agitated, more busy, lots of thoughts and this kind of thing. And that's really this they call reversal of fire and water. This is an alchemical language. This is fire is above, waters below, and we reverse that. And so then when we can do that, we can hold that reversal. What happens? Maybe before, for example, the water flows out, so we lose the water, right? Or fire is just getting stronger and stronger. This kind of condition. When we reverse that, we put the fire under the water. One, the water is preserved. It's not flowing out, not being lost.
Right.
But 2 is the fire will heat the water, that turns into steaming. Okay, so then that's like produce chi. We're making the chi inside of our body, more chi. So then this is we understand the big picture. We're using chi energy in life. We're losing chi energy. Eventually, we die. We lose life because no energy. And then this kind of process, if we can continue doing this, we make more chi energy, right? And then this preserves life. And we have a more extended life.
So what you said about the analogy with the steam, that is actually chi generated.
Yeah, well, you also, if you practice deep enough, I mean, it feels like that something is more heavy here, or you have something here, then that heats up, and it's really like there's a steaming. Because chi energy changes.
Yeah.
Energy is really never created. It's never lost. Just changes, never destroyed. But energy changes. So it's like we identify with our body when we have death, the body kind of stops. But the energy moved in a different way. It changed at death. Yeah. So even I can say this, that we're losing chi in life, but not actually losing, but it goes somewhere. It's not in us. You know, yes. It's like we use this term lost.
Gone back to the
but
universe.
Really, that's how we experience it. We experience energy loss as human. Like we can be full of energy, or we can feel really tired, right? We experience that. Yeah. So then this kind of practice is try to change the direction, or change the positioning. And so this is the first idea: is fire goes below the water. And this is why we talk about this lower center, the Dantian. Like that. So,
good, thank you.
Yeah, it's fun, you know. It's something you over time, because it can sound very esoteric, or you know, we a lot of times we'll just say, because we don't understand the process, oh, that's difficult, I can't do that. That's a common reaction we have, like, or that's strange, or you know, we can have, but actually it's really natural, and it's something very, very natural, and it's just something a condition, like when we were a newborn baby, or even a condition in the womb, or even the young child still has this condition a little. But we've been so detached from that for so long, we forgot that. And we're used to this separation of fire and water, and excess fire, and all of these, that becomes more our habit. So that, you know, when we do practice, sometimes the fire gets quiet and we feel kind of high or really relaxed. We're like, is this okay, or what's happening? But actually, that's maybe we felt like that when we were really young children a lot of the time, or you know, but we forgot that. So that's sometimes in Taoist they use term like returning. We return, or we remember this original condition.
Yeah, bring back together, remember.
Yeah.
I was interested, you talked about the lower body is yin and the upper body is yang.
Yes.
So that would fit with the fire, the mind and the heart are fire.
That's a little, this yin and yang gets so confusing, because it just depends what we're comparing it to.
Yes, but compared to the lower body.
It's a comparison tool. So it's it's just completely relative. It's not absolute. But here, yeah, we separate this median line at our waist, and then we have upper and lower, and really these energies are very separate. that's why a lot of times people have trouble doing these movements. They feel very awkward or uncoordinated because whether it's Tai Chi or we have our like 8 Immortal standing form, or we have these, all of it's something the same. And one aim is this unification of upper and lower body. This is one of the aims. But for most of us, that can be really separate. So then we're doing these upper and lower body unification exercises and we just feel awkward because the upper and the lower is very separated.
So when you say separate, when you say separated, you mean they've become separated. They aren't naturally separated.
No, not naturally separated.
Oh, okay.
This the Taoists use the term acquired knowledge, acquired experience, and conditioning. And this is really what we go through. We're children, and then we go into an educational system, or we experience certain ways that we're raised. Even some people are abused. They have abuse. But basically, these are all external things that start happening to us. And we get conditioned.
Yeah.
They also call that moving from the celestial to the mundane. That we're like these galactic
Angels.
celestial beings, and we're in complete harmony. But then because we're born and we get conditioned, we change into these really stagnant, separated, broken, very mundane. We lose the brightness, we lose the harmony.
Yeah.
And so then we go from the mundane back to the celestial.
Yeah.
We return, because for the Taoists, that's actually our original. That's what we really are. We're very celestial, divine, harmonious. Yeah. Well, no, we are heaven and earth. We all of heaven, all of earth should be inside of us. We are that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So then could you say that the separation of upper and lower bodies that you were referring to is almost symptomatic or allied with the mind-body separation that you talked about?
Yeah,
like
it's all a part, and it's all holistic.
Yeah. So
but for our learning, because we're still dualistic in the way we think and view. So then in learning, we have to give little pieces. We give one piece, and we start working on small pieces. I mean, even for example, the meridians are all together. Yeah. But then for learning, okay, we separate this, we separate that, and we look at one, look at two.
Yes.
And that's beginning, and because we have a dualistic mind, we view things like that. Then later we balance. Yeah. And so energetic immune system is what we call Wei Qi. Wei means external Qi. This is, we have energy outside of the body, like this. And so then this can be very thick or thin of density. If very, very strong, even those things cannot even enter.
And how do you strengthen that through this practice?
All of this strengthens the Wei Qi. But a Wei Qi also, this like from midnight to noon, it becomes active and goes to the outside. Then from noon to midnight, it starts to go into the yin organs like this. This is a cycle. So that's also, if you really start to practice at sunrise, or you practice very early morning, that's going to really strengthen your yang and the Wei Qi. It's really strong. Yeah. And so then that's, of course, the practice does those, but especially if you practice early morning, it's really affects them. But all of these, like these kind of postures or these movements, and all of this it really strengthens the Wei Qi. And that's like at some time you start to feel vibration when you do these movements, or you feel like these vibration. This is your Wei Qi is becoming more dense and has movement in the body.
Okay.
But that's so we can understand the cycle of the Wei Qi. This is from the midnight to noon. It's active, moving, and goes to the outside, especially surface of skin. And then from noon to midnight, it starts to withdraw and into yin organs like this.
Right.
And then like some nurturing, protecting the organ. Yeah,
Okay.
it's all of these things, because they mix. Some of it seems scientific view. We have these metaphorical imagery and metaphorical terms. So it can be, to understand this practice and the theory, it can be very foreign, but you hear it again and again and again, and over time it becomes you really, it's a way of seeing and viewing, and you really understand it. And because it's not just an idea, we're doing something physical. You start to experience, maybe not everything, but parts of it you experience. Yeah, and then that really makes that you really understand the theory you start to experience. Right. That's only with time. Okay, thank you guys for coming. Good to see you.
Talking of time, that was great. Thank you so much, Jesse.
Okay, bye-bye.
Nice to see you, Linda.